So PlayStation Australia just reached out to me and were like, hey, we'd love you to test the new PS5 Pro with some Star Wars games, including Jedi Survivor, where I'll show you a bunch of different maps and the two different settings available in this game, which include both performance and quality modes, as well as LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, Star Wars Outlaws, which also has some specific upgrades for the PS5 Pro, and then finally Battlefront 2, which is still a PS4 game, but I'm curious how it runs on the PS5 Pro. There's a little boggling running around. Hello, buddy. Trying to do the intro. You're just jumping around in the background distracting me with your cute little eyes. Also, if you're not already, please subscribe so I can continue to play Star Wars games until the day I die for my job. That would be awesome. Hey everyone, it's Andrew. Today we're gonna go to multiple planets in Jedi Survivor, maybe continue the story a little bit, and test a few different things in both performance and quality mode. Currently this is in quality mode. I'll tell you a bit more about what that actually means. But let's go see how this thing runs on the PS5 Pro. There's a bug on Cal's face, he just slapped it away. First, I guess we have to test the main gameplay mechanic of the Jedi games, which I believe is padding the boggling. Hey buddy! A huge thank you to PlayStation Australia for sending me the PS5 Pro and allowing me to test it. I have to say immediately, doing that on PS5 Pro is already way better than any other platform. So what do the improvements for Jedi Survivor actually mean on the PS5 Pro? Well, essentially this upgrade is broken down into two different parts, being performance and quality mode, and both give you higher base resolutions than on other platforms. In quality mode, visuals are upscaled from 1800p to 2160p, while maintaining 4K resolution and ray-traced elements. However, when switched over to performance mode, whoa, that is silky smooth. That is actually a lot smoother than I was anticipating. The console upscales the game's resolution from 1200p to 1800p, still providing more vibrant details, visuals, ray tracing, reflections, while maintaining a 60 FPS frame rate, which is what we can kind of see here. That's what I'm talking about when I say it looks silky smooth. It's basically just the frame rate maintaining. So we're gonna go try complete a few objectives. I'm playing on the version of the game that I've already completed the main storyline, but there's still a bunch of stuff I haven't finished yet. So let's continue on that journey now. So far, this is running honestly smoother than I've ever seen Jedi Survivor run. I played all of Jedi Survivor on the PS5. However, on the Pro already, just with this upscaled frame rate, it looks so much cleaner. We'll switch over to quality mode in a bit. I kind of want to see how it runs in performance. I'm curious to see how it looks on other planets. As far as I remember, this planet ran the worst out of all of them. It's the largest planet in the game and had the most frame drops, most kind of issues. So far, this looks good. Yeah, we're flying across. Don't kill us, bud, please. Where are you? Oh, boys. Okay, our first fight. Dude, honestly, silky smooth. What do you guys think of the combat? Does it look good to you? A lot of people are saying as well, this is the kind of game they needed to fix on the other platforms. It notoriously released with a bunch of other stability issues and things that I think are still never resolved. For example, on PC, it still doesn't run as it necessarily should. However, I have to say, so far for me, this is pretty good. I never personally had any issues with the game as well. What are we doing down here? And who are you? Hello? Yep. He was just cleaning the sink. What are you doing in the sink, mate? Also, how did you not notice me drop down? Is that armor that thick that you actually couldn't hear me? I love the dual stance, man. Oh, and the takedowns. The takedowns are so notable. This is where you face off against those, like, fake... Oh, God. So this is performance mode in the cave here. With all the lovely lighting effects. You can see Cal in his face. We're walking around. It's looking good. I decided to put the long hair on as well to test the physics of that with the PS5 Pro, because we also know that's one of the most important things. And now we're going to switch over to quality mode. Honestly, for me, just because of the better frame rate, performance looks so much better than this. I guess this would be good for photography and stuff, because certain visuals would look better. Okay. Okay, guys. Okay. We got suicidal droids here. And we survived. Or did we? Or did we? Oh my gosh. You would think battle droids wouldn't act like that considering there's so few of them left. This is a location we could also explore. Kind of just want to see how the game runs visually in different locations and different setups. Because I mean, at the end of the day, it's all about performance and visuals. That's the enhanced experience you're supposed to be getting here. Yep, and this is performance mode with 60 FPS. I don't know, man, that frame rate I think is just honestly where it's at. I'd take this over the other mode. I mean, that's just my personal preference. Honestly, looks really good in performance mode. The difference, just doing a little bit more research, is that the normal PS5 version of this doesn't maintain ray tracing in performance mode, whereas this version does. So I guess that's the advantage of getting the PS5 Pro if you want the highest level of graphic fidelity. I know I do. I need to look at Cal's hair and him patting little boglings all day long. A lot of people argue that this is what the game needed at launch, that it's disappointing that Jedi Survivor had performance issues, stutter issues at launch, and no performance mode, which had the 60 FPS frame rate. As a gameplay experience, I feel like this is much more preferred than the 30 FPS, especially nowadays. I mean, yes, it might not have the same resolution, but to me, it looks better. I want to test Coruscant. Coruscant's a much darker map, of course. So let's head there and test the modes as well. All right, let's see what jumping to lightspeed looks like in performance mode. Gonna make the jump to lightspeed. Let's go, buddy.
I mean, look, this is a complicated bit of machinery. I mean, I really think it's best.
Okay, walking around the ship.
It's a complicated piece of...
Looking good. Let's switch it over again. Okay, I see. So quality mode, yes, much darker, much grittier in a way. And there's much more going on. Looks more cinematic, which is the vibe, I guess. 30 FPS is a much more cinematic feel. I'm going to continue to switch between the two through the video, give you an idea of what each looks like. Oh, wow. I think Kobo is just not that good looking a map. This looks stunning. I mean, it is just deepening a lot of the blacks and making it look a lot more filmic. It looks a lot more like Blade Runner-esque, you could say, especially on this planet. But man, that looks stunning. Wow, that looks good. Like this map looks a little more washed out on performance mode, and you're losing some of that texture, I want to say. Still the best looking version of Survivor I've ever played and seen, for sure. And I assume the same would be the same for most games. I mean, even games that don't have the specific upgrades for the PS5 Pro are still going to look better on the PS5 Pro, I would say. Okay, let's go through some of this map, face off against some enemies, see how we fare. Also, guys, do you like my new office setup? I just moved house. This is the new setup. I hope you like it. I'm going to add more stuff to the background, most likely. And this is a stormtrooper. I feel like I had a dream the other night that I was playing Jedi Survivor 3. How random is that? Not that that exists yet, but they're definitely making it. Let's see what it looks to fall off the cliff on a PS5 Pro. Off you go. Splat. Pretty good. Let's switch it over again. Oh, wow, though. The frame rate. I guess it just depends on how you want to play the game as well. Frame rate here is so good, though. I think if I was doing another playthrough, I'd definitely be playing with the high frame rate. I think it's the preferred experience. And the fact that it's maintaining some level of ray tracing with this as well, I think is really impressive. I don't know what difficulty I'm playing on, but I'm not doing very well, am I? Let's go single blade, slow. Heavy stance. No. Oh, I'm getting owned. There we go. No more. I went for the kick and he stopped me. Some of these reflections on the surfaces here look really stunning. It just feels, I guess, real. You know, like the surface is super glossy. I feel like I'm gonna slip on it if it's any glossier than what it is now. Yeah, here we are on Jeddah, landing on a planet that Anakin would hate. Desert-filled, sand-filled. Let's see how this runs. Starting off in quality mode. So lower FPS, but higher visuals. Okay, the lights have all turned on in here, so it's a lot brighter now. How do we actually get outside now that Darth Vader's come and raided this place? And here we are, our first steps out onto the sandy planet of Jeddah.
Lead the way.
Oh, Merrin, hello. Husband and wife together. Well, not quite yet. Boyfriend and girlfriend, let's go with that. The sand looks sandier than ever. Lightsabers looking good. How are we feeling about this, guys? Let's go find some enemies. How does Merrin look on the PS5 Pro? I hear a monster. Ah, yes. A monster indeed. Oh, Merrin is helping out. Oh, wow. Okay. Tag team PS5 Pro. I'm up against the wall. Help. What do you think? Looks good? Dude, look at this. It's nice, though. This cave with the lights. Really smoky, vibrant looking. Where are those camels? This does look really good, though. Honestly, better than what I recall on the PS5, the base PS5. I mean, part of this could also just be due to the updates that this game has had.
The Empire seems to be tightening its grip.
It does indeed. Okay, now let's switch to performance mode. Yeah, and you get that silky 60 FPS here. Let's see if we can take down this ATST. No, not the rockets. Oh my gosh, so bad. Oh wow. Okay, we're going angry mode. Let's just go rage mode. Dude, it's like 2 hits. The dark side is so much more powerful. Just saying. Oh, the driver got out. Okay, that's what the dark side looks like in 60 FPS, and there's a rocket here that seems to... Oh, there it goes. I'm genuinely enjoying the visuals of this. I want to replay the entire game. Like the video if you want to see a full replay of Jedi Survivor before Jedi 3 comes out, which is still several years away. What do you guys think? Which one looks better? Can I survive the jump, Marin? I loved you. I always loved you. Ah! Okay, let's go to another planet. I guess the last place I want to test is Tanalorr. Wow. Wow. Okay, things loaded in a little slowly then. The birds look like they're glitching out a little bit, but this is the performance mode, 60 FPS landing. I think it's the first time I've done that in the landing. And here we are on Tanalorr. Man, I love this planet. It's like the jacaranda trees everywhere. The water, look at the water. Truly stunning. The little sparkly, magical flowers. It really is a mystical place, and I hope we get to go here in the next game. Wow, it looks good. Oh my goodness, it looks good. Okay, let's try the other mode. Noticeably different. But also, yeah, there's definitely more detail in the water. You can kind of see... Don't know, guys. For me, performance mode, I think, looks better on this planet. So while we're here, I also want to test other games that haven't been specifically improved for the PS5 Pro to see if I can notice any visual difference between the two consoles. I'm not necessarily comparing footage. I kind of just want to see how this runs on the PS5 Pro. So next up, we're playing LEGO Star Wars Skywalker Saga. This game, I think, is easily the best looking LEGO game ever made. So many different planets, different locations. I played on both PC and PS5, so I want to see how this runs on the Pro. Now, PlayStation claims that there are improvements to pretty much every game when running on the Pro, and that they should run better on this platform than the PS5. So let's actually have a look and test that. It kind of does look pretty good, if I'm being totally honest. Like, it's just a little more vibrant, I think, and a little more silky clean. Like, some of those reflections are really nice. I know I'm stopping to look at specific details, but I think we'll try a few different planets here. Also, the color. The color is just a little more vibrant and more, there's more texture, more detail in the color than on the other platforms. Okay, but if we're being totally honest, the differences are definitely minor. Like, you can still play these games on the other platforms and have an amazing time. LEGO Star Wars still looks stunning on every other platform I've played it on anyway. It's a really good looking game. Look at that water. Let's see what it's like when we go to a different planet. How about Tatooine? The classic Tatooine. Here we'll also see what it looks like to be in space. Really nice. Really good looking game. Man, I love LEGO Star Wars. Hopefully this comes across in my recording as well. I'm recording at high quality. It's supposed to be at 4K. So hopefully you guys can see what is on my screen here in the actual video recording. And of course, we're going to play as Anakin because we're on Tatooine and, you know, he hates sand. So we're going to walk around in the sand as Anakin and see what it's like. See if he rages. This to me looks a lot similar, maybe a little better than what it does on the PS5. I don't know. I mean, like I said, I'm paying more attention to it, but it just feels a little cleaner in a lot of ways. Like, the colors popping a little more. It's just a little nicer. Normally I don't record in 4K, but I definitely play the games in 4K. Got a 4K monitor. So seeing, I guess, what this looks like in the recording as well is truly impressive. Obi-Wan? High ground is not achieved. Let's get ourselves a vehicle and ride around. And then we're going to jump up to space and see what that looks like. All right, the boys are going for a ride in the speeder. It's a little slow, guys. There we go. Full sending it through the tunnel. Ah! Honestly, this section it gets a little lag on the other consoles, and here I'm not experiencing any such lag. Like when you're riding through different sections of the map, because it has to preload the section before you kind of get there, there is always like a little bit of lag, and I'm not seeing any... Oh, there you go. The texture's just loaded late. But it looks really good, man. This looks stunning. It turns out, yes, the PS5 Pro is actually pretty good. I personally was a little disappointed that it didn't launch with a disk drive, that they're going full digital with games, and physical versions of games don't exist anymore, but that's kind of just the way gaming is going nowadays, and the Tusken Raiders are not happy with us, it seems. And not just the men, but the women and the children too. Okay, let's try one more planet here. What's a planet that looks vastly different? Well, we started on Naboo. I think we should test Coruscant and perhaps compare the Uskru district to that of Jedi Survivors. I've played so much of LEGO Star Wars. If you're familiar with my channel, you'll know that I've played this game to death and will continue to play it to death until I die. I will continue. But man, even just seeing it again, not having played it in a little bit, it looks so good. It's such an underrated Star Wars game, in my opinion. Oh my gosh, you can ride it anywhere you want. The Uskru district looks incredible, and I'm overwhelmed with the amount of studs I'm collecting. Jango Fett. going for his little walk, his bounty hunting walk. Oh my gosh, it's Obi-Wan Kenobi! Obi-Wan! We can test the space combat as well. I might get Jango's, actually, while we're here. Let's get Jango's... Oh, wait, there is no Jango's ship. There's only... Is there? No, there is. Thank goodness. It should be called Slave One. Everyone, this was the big controversy with not only the Skywalker Saga, but the Lego set. Disney, I guess, having their impact on it, or whether it's Lego, we're not sure, but they're calling it Boba Fett Starship instead of Slave One. Ridiculous. Dude, look at those reflections. Like, far out. That looks good. The light... It's so nice. It's so visually impressive. I filmed an unboxing of the PS5 Pro. It's on my Instagram. Go look at that if you would like to see me unbox it and see what's actually in the box. See, it's like a setup guide, I guess, not really, but surely we have to go to Dex's Diner. Dex's Diner, I believe, is somewhere here. Yes, that's it there. Obi-Wan, go meet your friend Dex. This guy going in Dex's Diner. Hello, Dex, I'm back. Can I get some of that Jawa juice, please? On the PS5 Pro, 4K Jawa juice. That'd be great. I'm just gonna jump behind the counter. What's the name of this droid again? Do you guys remember? These baths look... Oh, that's clean enough, I guess. I was going to say, Dex, you got to do some cleaning back here. Your diner's a little greasy, but it's okay. Also, can we just take a second to wonder, is this Dex's wife? Is the droid his wife, or is just an employee? I don't know, man. Dex is into some weird stuff. He knows what Kamino saber darts are. You can tell he's a bit of a sketchy character, and somehow Obi-Wan is friends with him, which I absolutely love the idea of. Obi-Wan just has this random friend who's a bit sketch.
How big your pocketbook is.
Next up, let's try space. Okay, there's always a bit of lag when you load into space. I really wish this game had first person. It's one of the only criticisms I really have of it. And I guess that once you finish the game, there's not a whole lot to do. I wish you could kind of replay a lot of the story missions and go back and replay the specific scenarios, because each planet changes and like the biome changes a little bit, the weather effects change based on where you are during the story. But if you just go back and replay the missions, you can't experience those parts of the game again. So that's what I wish this game still had. This game has so many ships as well. So many ships. I still need to 100% this game. It is a long grind and a journey, and I don't think I'm even halfway, but potentially that will be something we do one day if I decide to torture myself in that way. Guys, we have to do it. I have to go and see what Star Wars Outlaws looks like. Not only because they've also updated this game, I believe, a number of times to improve it visually and fix some of the things that were wrong at launch, but also because we're playing on the Pro, and this game also has specific improvements for the PS5 Pro. So on the PS5 Pro, Star Wars Outlaws has a quality mode, which runs at 60 FPS, increased internal resolution, which allows the game to reach a higher FPS and higher rendering resolution, and also PlayStation Spectral Super Resolution, otherwise known as PSSR, which is a new machine learning-based temporal upscaler, which uses the specific ML hardware of the PS5 Pro, bringing better image quality and performance. Let's see if that is actually true. Okay, it's currently nighttime on Akiva. To me, some of the water here looks a bit sus. Like, doesn't look like it's loading as it should. I want the experience of getting on my ship, flying to a new location. I think that's where this game's strength is at. So let's just go to my ship, jump to light speed, jump to a new planet, land, and see if it looks better on the PS5 Pro. Okay, we're on our ship. So far, it looks really good in here. Like I said, that water to me outside looked a little bit sus, but in here it looks nice. Sit down. Oh, her face looks different, I reckon, as well. Okay. What do you guys think? How does it look visually? Oh wow, that is nice. That is nice. Pretty good. Actually, not so bad. Pretty good. Okay, let's go engage in a space fight, I reckon. It sounds good. It's a really good sounding game. I'll give it that, for sure. Okay, I kind of want to make the jump to light speed now. Tatooine. Let's go Tatooine. Path obstructed. Jump to light speed. Pretty good. Pretty good. Wow. Okay, we'll go docking bay 94. That's fine. Through the clouds. Never know what's going to be on the other side of this. Okay, wow. Okay, yep. Pretty good looking. They've definitely improved Kay Vess's model and her face since I last played this game. She looks just more consistent. Okay, let's jump on our speeder bike and go for a little ride around. Okay, there's a bit of a sandstorm going on at the moment. Personally, I don't think Outlaws looks much different. This is, of course, the newest game from all the ones I'm playing today. It only released basically a couple months ago. Therefore, I don't think it's going to look vastly different to, you know, what it did on the PS5. What are you looking at through those binoculars, man? What are you looking at? Can you see this? I hear they're improving a lot of the stealth aspects of this game as well. Some of the animations, even the way she's crouching to me looks a little different to what it previously did. Dude, honestly, yeah, okay. I'm seeing a little bit different. Again, I think it's, for me, it's just the color. It's like, oh, okay, wow, that's cool. It's just small stuff, like the color. Visually, the AI is still a little dumb. Like, why is he stopping there? And they're not very good at taking me down. I mean, I'm one person, I'm taking down half the Empire, you know? All right, buddy, come on, pop your head up. There you go. Well, that's Star Wars Outlaws. To me, it looks pretty decent. Now let's go play the ultimate game. So Battlefront 2 does have some visual upgrades. They were just for the PS5 though, not the PS5 Pro. So let's see if the PS5 Pro makes any other difference, I guess, to the visuals, to what it might look like. To me, Battlefront 2 is still one of the best looking Star Wars games ever made, even though it released 7 years ago at the time of making this video, but man, it looks good. Man, it looks good. How cinematic can it possibly get? Which I guess is what they were going for with this title. Big cinematic set pieces like this. Some people still criticize this game, say it's not the Battlefront that they wanted. I personally think DICE did a great job, especially in the later days of this game when they continued to updating it, adding the Clone Wars, adding all of the additional content, and making the game it is today. Still a shame it got cancelled. Does it look much better on the PS5 Pro? Not significantly, but it does look very good. And to me, this is, I guess, the best supreme Battlefront experience you can have outside of playing on PC. Because PC can also look incredibly visually stunning. Let's go actually have a look at some of the visual settings if it allows me to do that at this point. That's graphics. Yeah, brightness, motion blur, filmic effects. Yeah, it's all just the simple stuff. Nothing crazy. All of the actual visual effects are only available on PC as far as I'm aware, but it's kind of still cool to see this on in the modern console. On the most current console there is, I guess. Man, I suck. What is going on? I'm gonna get killed. I'll come back as Kylo Ren and kill you all, don't worry. Let's try the Flame Trooper, for sure. Getting flamed. How does it feel to be flamed on a PS5 Pro? Also, this game released right in the middle of the sequel trilogy, right just before The Last Jedi came out, so obviously it was heavily littered with sequel content, which I don't have an issue with. I definitely do prefer playing in the Clone Wars though. I'm a Clone Wars boy. What more can I say? Kylo Ren is available. Okay, let's play just as normal Stormtrooper for a bit more, so we can actually unlock Kylo. I think it does look a little better than the PS5. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just an effect like that I'm not, you know, comparing the two right next to each other. Maybe if I was shown one after the other, I wouldn't be able to tell the difference. Oh, I missed my shot. No. Martyrdom. No! Alright, surely now I've got Kylo though. Surely, yes. How does this look, guys? Kylo Ren walking down the corridor. Oh yeah?
Out all resistance fighters.
All getting owned by Kylo Ren. I appreciate that they did make Kylo a scary villain in the first one, even though he was filled with teenage angst. I do have a bit of a criticism with Battlefront that some parts are a bit dark. Like, I can't see a thing here. It's so dark in this corner here. I also don't really want to tell you if it's worth it or not buying a PS5 Pro. I feel like that's up to you. It's definitely not the same as, for example, going from PS2 to PS3 was a huge jump. And there is definitely an element of diminishing returns at this point when it comes to video games. However, if you're after, I guess, the best that there is to offer in gaming right now on consoles, this is it. This is the experience. So it's up to you whether you want to decide on forking out the money for this. I personally think the PS5 Pro is too expensive, especially for an upgrade that isn't necessarily as significant as it has been in the past, but it is the best experience out there right now, and I guess Sony do have the market monopoly on that, so they can charge what they want. Like I said, definitely not trying to tell you to buy this. It's, I guess, like I said, the ultimate console gaming experience you can have right now. This is as good as it gets, so if that's worth it to you, this is the PS5 Pro. A huge thank you to Sony for sending this to me. I really appreciate it. Having a great time with this. I'm going to make a lot more videos using the PS5 Pro. If you're not subscribed, do so, please. That would be great. And also follow me on Instagram, Twitter, join my Discord and TikTok for more. Watch this video here for more Star Wars, and thanks for watching this. My name's Andrew. I'll catch you soon.